Hello everyone. Today I'm going to be showing you my top 10 plus CAS must-have mods. So I have a couple of must-have CAS mods that are essential in my Sims CAS because I do spend majority of my time in here and I really want my Sims to look the part, if that makes sense. But the first mod CAS that I'm going to introduce is the background. Now, a plain background basically with a reflection, so I really like that CAS background because there's different shades and colors that you can choose from. Basically, it just gives you it just adds a little bit of depth. I don't know, it just looks like she's standing on top of a mirror or something like that, and I really like the reflection that it has. The next mod that I have is the stand still in CAS mod. Now, this is so helpful because it helps creating Sims. I feel like there's two versions. There's one where you can get where she's standing still like this, and then when you move up to her face, she can stay still like that as well. But I have the one where she's standing still while out of view like that, but when you move up to her face, she still blinks and stuff like that. Because it just, I don't want her to look like a doll. I still want her to kind of look realistic and still have some sort of movement. But I feel like with the EA default moving idle animations, it's cute for the first couple of times going into CAS, making your Sims, but after a while, it gets very annoying. I've been able to really up my game in making my Sims because I can actually see what I'm doing. They're not moving all over the place. They're not making my life 10 times harder. The next mod that I have is the more columns mod. Now, 3, 4, and 5, but I have the 5th column because this is a lifesaver, guys. Especially if you have a lot of custom content, a lot of packs in your game. You have a lot of categories, and just having the 2 default categories, scrolling through endless amount of custom content in CAS, it's just ridiculous. Look at the very top. If you own all the packs, kits, and whatnot, you have a lot of packs to go through, and then just the default 2 columns that the Sims give you is just not enough. There's 3 columns, 4 columns, or 5 columns. I have the 5 columns. If you are having issues though with if you can't see the 5th column or the 4th column or whatever, you can definitely go into game options and go into accessibility and change the scale here of the UI, so that way you're able to see your columns basically. The next mod that I have is absolutely essential, and I just feel like this is the most important thing you need in your game if you don't already have it, is the controlled positions mod. So this basically prevents your Sim from moving all over the place. So let's say you want to put a tattoo on a Sim, right? And you know how you'd face a Sim a certain way, you click on the tattoo and then they face in the opposite direction, or they just face all over the place. Well, not anymore. Okay, that prevents that from happening. So let's say if I want to add a tattoo specifically on her arms or something like that, I face to her arms or whatever, or her back, it doesn't automatically switch back to a default position or switch to the other side or something like that. And it's absolutely essential if you don't have it in your game already, because this is literally a lifesaver. I love this mod so much because I'm just so sick of my Sims turning back around when I'm just trying to see if the tattoo looks right, and they're just turning all over the place. I can't see what the tattoo looks like. It's just annoying. Another thing that this mod definitely helps and provides in this situation is with the nails. So how you're trying to put on some fingernails or whatever, it gives you this type of look. So now that you can see what nails that you're trying to put on for your Sims, and this also works for rings and stuff that you want to put on. Let's say you want to put on these rings, you can go into fingernails basically, and you can see in detail how the rings look like on your Sims. And I just love this detail. Not only does it add a little bit of customization, but you can, it just looks easier. You can see the nails, the rings, whatever you have for your Sims on their hands and whatnot. It's just very useful mod. That's another thing that this mod provides for you. The next mod I have to show you is the no random accessories, which means if you have a randomized Sim of what usually that Sim would have a bunch of earrings, necklaces, makeup 10 times, and it's just, when you're creating a Sim, it's very annoying when you're trying to make a Sim and you have to go into your face and get rid of the makeup, get rid of the accessories, all that stuff. It's just very irritating. And so I have a mod that prevents that from happening. So that way when you have your randomized sim, no matter how many times you've randomized it, no matter if it's a male or a female, they won't come out with random CC on. They don't have random earrings, rings, bracelets, all that junk on. It's just such a helpful mod. Another mod that I would personally pair with that is the remove like clothing, because like I personally don't like it when I have to still go into certain categories to delete the shoes, the clothes, the dress, or whatever that he or she is wearing. So I would usually go into styles, which is I think it's the CDD fresh start. So you basically try on the style and gives your sims fresh start, and makes them completely bare, completely naked basically, so you can just customize them and start them from scratch, which I'll also link down in the description box below. Since we are on the sim at the moment, as you can currently see that my sims are no longer wearing the default EA salmon little bathing suit or whatever. Oh my gosh, guys, like even though it's a very small mod that adds to your game, it definitely adds, it adds satisfaction. I don't know, the EA default salmon underwear is just not it for me. I don't like it. It's not realistic. It looks ugly. I don't even know. I don't even know if it's in here somewhere. I'm not gonna look at it, but I don't even remember what exactly it looked like. It didn't look appetizing. I just remember it looked good and ugly. And so with this mod in your game, it definitely provides you with a basic, like there's of course different colors, but like by default it's gonna be this set. The creator that made this mod has left the Sims communities, so unfortunately if you want to download this, you'll have to find an archive you can download the CC from. So I don't know which one I have. There's a couple of different versions, especially with the new kit that came out, that default underwear and whatever. Even with your male sims, you can get a default replacement for them as well. I think they both come in a set or whatever, I think. Alright, so the next mod that I have to show you is the more trait slots, which gives you basically more trait slots in CAS. Like the original default EA one is just the 3 slots here, which it's kind of annoying. Realistically, you wouldn't have just 3 traits. Like I definitely like to give my sims more personality in CAS. Like now they have it where if you're playing in game, you can definitely earn and get new traits if you want to, but it's just nice when you're creating your sim or whatever in CAS to be able to do this stuff. Basically the next mod I have is default feet. Now basically what this provides is your sims don't have that blocky EA toes. If I take like this mod is always in my game 24/7. I never take it out. It never really breaks for me, so I never really have an issue of having to replace it or switch it out. And I just love this mod because it gives your sims realistic toes, realistic feet. I don't know how you can really zoom in, but it basically gives you realistic feet. They look 10 times better, especially when you're wearing like shoes like these and you want to see your sims toes. Like look at that, painted nails and everything. Like you can actually see each individual toe, and I just love that detail. It's a very small detail, but when you're wearing shoes like slippers, flip-flops, or whatever, it's nice to see that your sims actually have toes. Another important mod that I need is the CC wrench override. So that basically removes the EA wrench blue thingy here that takes up half the screen of the icon that you're clicking on and gives you this cute little like plumb ball wrench. Now the default one that you would get would be the star. It looks like a little star on the side of your custom content or whatever, and it's very cute. But since I have like a current like UI mod overlay or whatever, it makes it look like a plumb bob. The next mod that I use religiously is the category separator. Now this category separator, I basically use this for when I need to know what can go together and what can't. So I kind of scroll down, lets me know mouth crease. Okay, so here we go, we can add something else over here. Even with your accessories, it lets you know what you can pair together and what you can't basically. So the next default that I have is the cookie dough default skin. Now, I specifically used it for this sim, but it's basically where it's my default cookie dough. There's 2 versions. You can choose this one, which adds like little moles or whatever, and then you have this version which adds all that stuff. So I'm gonna just quickly show you guys on like a very basic bare sim. So as you can see here with this basic sim, I do have another default overlay, but this is the one that I use a lot, especially when I'm making like, you know, very realistic sims. It adds a lot of depth. It adds like these little darker cheekbones up here, a little moles right here and there, giving you like little wrinkles underneath your eyes. And then you have this version here which gives you like little moles all over your body if you prefer that or not. You don't have to. While we're in this situation, I'm going to show you my default eyes. So there's a context 101. I don't know what exactly the name, how you say the name, like there is no real name, they're just called contacts, and they look like these very realistic eyes. Like, especially, okay, we're getting out of it, it's hard to tell because sometimes all the colors look the same, and I have a lot, guys, but they would usually be at the top, and these basically look very realistic. Gonna make your eyes just a tad bit bigger, girl. They give you realistic eyes. They definitely, it makes it look like a real eyeball. Actually, it's very cute. I like that. The last and final mod that I have for you guys today is going to be the EA Eyelash Remover, which basically does what it says, is it removes the default eyelashes that the Sims give you. Because what is this? What the heck is this? Now, I do have some eyes that specifically don't have the EA eyelashes, but if you, for example, click the eyelash that you want and it has like this blocky, the Sims considers it eyelashes. They're not. I don't know what this is. It looks like eyeliner. It looks like something that should be in makeup and not for eyelashes. I don't know. But basically, by default, it would already have been clicked for your Sims already. If not, you can go ahead and go into your, you know, your faces and your details, and then you go to the bottom or whatever it is, and you click that, and it removes the blocky EA eyelashes that they consider eyelashes. And it's just very helpful. It's by Kajiko, where I also get my custom eyelashes from the same creator. They give you like eyelashes that you can choose from that look way more realistic. I don't know why the Sims team, no hate, but I don't know why the Sims team didn't give us something like this from the beginning. Like, I don't know what that was before, but those weren't eyelashes. So that's going to wrap up all of the Sims CAS must-have content that I have in my game. Like I said, all of this will be linked in the description box below, so if there's something that you like, definitely go ahead and download from there. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys very soon. Bye everyone.